Hi, Sam. Thank you so much for your time for joining us today. I'm really excited to talk about something we all love, that is coffee. Coffee has become need of so many people's daily routine, which I see in daily life. But I did love to hear from you about what makes it truly special. Can you start by sharing a bit about your journey in the coffee industry and what inspired you to focus on Indian coffee market?
Great. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to share my journey. I grew up in Karnataka, Bangalore, and I love filter coffee. And the specialty of a filter coffee is usually fresh milk. But after I moved to Singapore, it was the coffee locally over here is more of condensed milk. So I was not really enjoying that. So I was looking for fresh milk, and I uh, stepped on to barista coffee and didn't know much about the barista coffee, but I loved the fresh milk, more of the latte kind of a thing. But then there was this experience where I walked into this coffee shop and I had this wonderful experience of someone asking me, "Do you want a nutty flavor or a fruity flavor?" And I was thinking, how can coffee have nutty or fruity flavor? And I began to do some search on it, and I figured out that coffee has its own different flavors and different notes. So that began my journey of trying to understand more of coffee. And then I realized that Karnataka is India's top coffee product producing state. And I thought, this is my hometown, and I'm, living in a state where coffee is the highest production, but people don't talk about Indian coffee. Elsewhere, everybody is talking about different, coffees that are in the international market. But our country is such a huge country and has coffee plantations in many different parts of India, and Karnataka being the highest. I thought, how do I introduce coffee to our Indian market and promote Indian coffee beans? Because we have a rich culture for more than 400 plus years. So that's where I was inspired to bring coffee in a way where we can taste its authentic flavors, in its pure form and in different varieties. So in my cafe, we offer not just espresso coffee, we also have different brewing methods: the manual brew, the pour over coffee, the French press, all just very basic brewing methods, and did a bit of learning into that. And I thought, okay, why not we start promoting Indian coffee? So that's where I was inspired, and I thought I need to bring this to our people in understanding how Indian coffee has its own specialities in itself.
Specialties,
That's
right?
that was my journey.
Oh, nice to know, and it's really inspiring that even I was when I was in Bangalore. Currently, I am living in Bangalore. I used to frequently travel from Delhi to Bangalore, so
Okay.
I have seen like in Bangalore, people prefer filter coffee rather than other type of coffee. So, and the
Yes.
flavor of Bangalore coffee is different than like what I had in Delhi and other states. Oh, nice. So Sam, I have a few more questions. So just curious to know more about your six sounds. So what do you
Yes.
make? How do you make sure the quality of your coffee is top class?
Yeah. So as I told you, I started my journey of trying to understand a little deeper. And Bangalore has its own coffee board, and they had this conference, World Conference of Coffee in 2023. I participated there as well, and I began to understand a little more about coffee. So what I did is I hired consultants uh, to help me source the best coffees across the region. And so I had the consultants go and right from the farmers to figure out what it is and go into the deeper. So my consultants were previously from the Coffee Board of India, who
Oh,
have rich experience in understanding coffee, where it can be sourced from, what are the altitudes of where it is raised, and what is its moisture content, and there are different many things which I got my consultants to go deeper into it. And then we did a sampling of that, did roasting about it, did some cupping and tasting, and we luckily the ones I selected for my roasting and all was very similar to some a champion who was also in the tasting list and also liked the same thing. So we made sure that it has got, right from farming till we bring it to the cup. It's completely highly selected beans and did every process, every step of selecting it into the whole process. And we roast our own beans. We don't outsource it. We make sure that the roasting is done in a very specific profile. So we try and keep that quality as well as the consistency of its tasting. And so we have got a whole lot of beans already purchased into our stock so that we
Oh,
maintain that consistency and the quality within our own roasting profiles. So that's how we maintain it to keep as the top coffee in its quality and class.
yeah. Oh, nice. Means you did all the ground research, working with the consultant, area
Yeah.
industry expert, and you are making it best class quality and offering your customer. Oh, sounds good, really. So my next question, I would like to know, like, what makes 6 ounce coffee different from other coffee brands in the market?
Yes. So as I told you in the beginning, we are purely focused on only Indian beans. We don't mix any other beans. We don't sell any other beans. So 6 ounce is purely about 100% coffee, 100% Indian coffee beans. And I have realized that every coffee bean has its own DNA.
Right.
So we try and understand what is the speciality of this lot of beans, what's its DNA, in my words, and then make sure that we get the best out of that beans and primarily just stay right in the whole process, right from the farm, the processing, and the cupping. So that makes it very unique in the way we want to sell our coffee.
Oh, nice. Like you mentioned that you have recently opened in Bangalore. So I would like to know that, like, what challenges have you faced as a new entrepreneur in Indian coffee market?
Yeah, I think the challenges I faced is really setting it up, setting up the whole coffee. The getting the consultants to work on it. Sometimes working overseas, things are very organized and things happen pretty fast. I think in our Indian market, we still takes a long time to get things done. The renovation, what I expected, crossed double the time of the renovation.
Right.
The bureaucracy of setting up the industry and getting the licenses really takes a very long time. So the challenges of just basically setting up, and some of the machines I imported them. So getting through the customs and all that, because I was looking for very quality machines, which the machines are not from India as well. Although we get it from the local market. So I was very particular in every machine from the, even the grinding machine to the espresso machine. I was very particular in making sure we have the right machines for it. So getting them all and setting it up, really very practical challenges. And then of course the manpower, it's just the beginning. Getting the right people to get it done and trained and wanting to stay within the industry. It's a growing industry, especially in this specialty coffee. So those were the
Right.
basic challenges that I faced, setting it up. So you need really a lot of patience and commitment to make sure you can take it further.
Yeah, you mentioned one point, getting the right people from the industry, those who understand what's customer want, is the main
That's right.
means. This is in every industry. If we are not getting the right people to help us to grow our business, then it would be difficult, right? You
It's definitely.
rightly mentioned, right? So I want to know, like, what do you envision for the future of 6 ounce coffee in India?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you start off with a passion and
Oh,
you hope you can definitely build it up. I definitely have a vision to have multiple outlets, which I want to, and I want to promote our beans, which the branding for our beans, I call it Kurg coffee beans. It's Koorg, not Coorg. It's specifically it's Karnataka, and I hope to bring that even to the international market, because we are focusing purely on Indian beans, and I hope our Indian beans will be marketed outside of India as well. But within locally, I would like to open up a few more outlets, but want to see what the challenges are. It may take a bit of learning for us to build into that, and we want to take it slow. We just don't want to jump into it. So definitely, I see a broader vision for this. We also want to create our own coffee products where we want to make it easy for people to experience coffee in a very special way, where we want to have our own pour over kind of ready-made packs for the coffee that people can enjoy the freshness of the coffee. So yes, few outlets promote our beans and promote Indian coffee.
Oh, nice, nice. Oh, thank you so much for your insights, Sam. Really, I was never aware of that much in coffee industry, and like really seeing good market in the like good growth of industry like coffee industry in the Indian market. Thank you so much for sharing your insights about Six Sounds and your coffee journey, Sam. It's been a pleasure learning about your passion for quality and craftsmanship. I look forward to seeing how Six Sounds evolves and delights coffee lovers with unique flavors. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.